Good morning! Happy Sunday to everybody out there. I'm Ginger Jesus. This is Nerd Foo. And today, code switching. It's important. For those of you who don't know what code switching is, we'll get to it in a second. For those of you who do, excellent. Understand that I have always been a bit of an empiricist. I don't believe in something unless I can see it, I can hear it, I can feel it. And even then, I still require a bit of proof because I know that the mind plays tricks on us. So at the beginning of my Tai Chi journey, a lot of Tai Chi coming from very esoteric sources, there was a good portion of the art that I was ignoring. I was blocking out of my mind. It made no sense to me. I didn't understand it. I didn't learn it. I didn't focus on those aspects of the training. And quite frankly, it hampered me and pushed me back many years in my training. Now, code switching is when two people speaking the same language use one word differently depending on their discipline. The most common example I can think of is the word theory. So those in the hard sciences use theory very differently than those colloquially speaking on the street. Completely different words, right? And trying to use those two words interchangeably amongst those people causes confusion, if nothing else. Unless both parties are willing to code switch with the other. So the ancient Chinese, or not so ancient Chinese, because I find out that Tai Chi is not as ancient as they like to claim, their language structure was different. The way they spoke to each other was different than American English. It is a very different language. Its root is very different. Its base is very different. And the way people think in those languages are very different. And if we try to approach Tai Chi or any other martial art in a fashion of the Western mindset and the Western language only, it's just like two people having a conversation with the word theory and neither one is willing to code switch. You're just not gonna get the lesson, right? So I had to learn how to code switch. And the first thing I did is I just started doing the practices regardless of whether or not I felt they were useful based on what the book or the instructor was telling me it was supposed to do. I just ignored the second half of the lesson and just did the first. I just did it. I put my tongue on the roof of my mouth, despite the fact that it makes no bloody sense. But you know what did happen? After 5 or 6 months of just putting the tongue on the roof of my mouth, which again makes no sense, I noticed that the muscles in the back of my tongue, when I held my tongue up like that, were forcing the vertebra on the back of my neck into alignment while I stood, holding my neck in place. Did that close an energy loop? Did that create better chi flow? Did that in any way increase my knowledge of my internal energy? No. But it did align the vertebra in my neck, which gave me better movement and helped increase my balance and helped increase my posture and made me healthier. Code switching? Sometimes we just have to try. But I think the thing that's deterring us as Western practitioners is, while a lot of us are willing to learn the codes of the ancient Chinese language, and a lot of us are willing to practice the art until we understand it, we as Western speaking practitioners are not code switching to Western practitioners. And I think that is going to hurt the art long term. Because if we can't speak intelligently about something that is physiologically happening to people who are not socially conditioned to accept chi and energy flow as a reason, then ultimately what we're doing is we're hampering our own ability to speak intelligently and be heard intelligently concerning this art. I'm Ginger Jesus. This is Nerd Foo. Be good to yourselves out there. Bye.